If you were told you were going to Palawan, Philippines, you'd probably assume it will be a vacation with a sightseeing tour that will probably include some island hopping, some swimming in the lagoon, and maybe feeding the giraffes. I'm here to tell you that you are wrong, my friend. When I was told I was going there, I was told it is time to get to work.
Something strange is happening. You don't belong to me anymore, it seems. I'm all alone in my dreams. Yeah, I just feel so weak. No one knows the pain I see when I'm all alone. Now that you're gone, something's gone in me. You were my life, my mystery, baby. How could you do this to me? Left me holding on to a memory. I tried to be good, take you to the place no others could. I suddenly woke and found you gone. Now I sing my heart to you through the
Here's the brief rundown. We are given 1 week starting the day we get off this plane to reach out to as many people as possible. This is through an evangelistic crusade. You already know that it is easier said than done given the fact that the Philippines is the third largest country in the world who are of Catholic faith. Trying to convert someone of different faith is already hard enough, but that wasn't the end of our problems. Philippines has 3 seasons compared to the typical 4 seasons we all know and love. There is spring season, summer season, then there is rainy season. It is July and we came upon the rainy season during our mission trip. That adds one to the many of the beauties of our trip. There was not one day where we saw the sun out that whole week. More often than not, we would see moments like this or this during our time here. Not only that, we are going to an isolated province in Palawan where there was no signal, no internet, and no social media, and all the people had was each other, and most of them don't even attend church. The first day of our mission trip was the day we arrived. This meant we had very little time to prepare and I barely got any sleep prior to getting here, so I was feeling very tired. Little time to prepare meant technical difficulties and low attendance. But it is normal to have a rough start to anything. It's how you can be better the next day, and we did just that.
Okay, we're videoing.
We're videoing. Yay! There is no total member involvement if there are no members, which is why the next day we decided to go to neighboring houses in Busuanga and invite them to our evangelistic crusade. It's important to invite them because you won't have anybody come to any event without some sort of invite or notification.
Yes.
It was nice to see that wherever we went, people were willing to accept our flyers and were honest about if they were going or not. It's amazing how approachable and honest they are, and it's something that we Americans struggle with. Whenever people approach us, we sometimes straight up ignore them, and when we can't say no, we try our best to sugarcoat things so no one gets hurt. How many of us actually do read the flyers people give us? Or how many of us just simply throw it away? Through God's grace, our invitations actually attracted way more people than the day before, and I couldn't be any more happy of the amount of people that came to our crusade. We decided that we gave out incentives to some people to show our gratitude for attending our service. Things couldn't go more smoothly until
Want to have a few drinks and smoke a joint, Bubbles? Yes.
After a successful day, we decided to spread our outreach to a local public school. A total member involvement is not complete unless there are people of all ages who are willing to accept Christ. This includes the youth. It is important that the youth are active in the church because whether you accept it or not, they will be the church leaders of tomorrow. You can see that the students are praying. The beauty of schools in the Philippines is that before anything they do, a word of prayer is done. Something like this is illegal in the public school systems in the United States, and it's good to see that the kids are getting into the habit of praying so that when they do accept Christ, they will always remember to pray before anything. Our time at the school was not long, and I pray for the students to have Christ in their hearts in their studies. It's time we need to get back to the task at hand, which is to do more outreach at Busuanga.
Mrs. ko, si Saida. Ito naman ang anak namin, si Oliver. Saka si Matthew. Yan. Tapos ito naman, isang kasama na yung pastor natin kasama.
As we draw more members to our crusade, we draw interest from some of those who wanted to get up close and personal. We visited a family who wanted a visit from us who were interested in exploring the Bible. We gave them a brief Bible study and told them that God loves you and He has a plan for your family. We ended with a prayer and gave them a small gift. Even though they weren't the ones who accepted Jesus, having the interest was a good foundation in building their faith. Our additional outreach showed the true souls who were willing to accept Jesus into their hearts, and as our outreach comes to an end, we did indeed have all ages accept Christ into their hearts. If it weren't for the bad weather and some complications, we would have had more souls accept Christ, but it's not about the number of people who get baptized, but how many of those people maintain their faith, as well share that faith to others so that they could be baptized as well.
There's something about him that makes a girl want to take him in her arms and